Oh my God, excuse me. I'm still trying to get over a cold. So it's early in the morning, but I really wanted to get on and do this. So I'm getting texts, which is I'm getting an early morning text. Um, so I drive. I'm laughing because I drive, uh, uh, kind of like for Uber, but it's like I get paid by a company. I drive for a company. They own a fleet of vehicles. I won't say what the company is or what their name is, but if you're out there and you know, or you know me, or you remember me, like, hey, it's me, Shang. um, so I get like writers, and I just thought I should probably like try to recreate what this like. I picked up this couple. I'm in Los Angeles, California, and it's weird because I picked them up, and it was like a 45-minute hour trip, which usually those trips are like they're maybe 20, sometimes 30 minutes depending on traffic, but like it was like no, it was an hour trip. This was an hour trip, so it was like we were going way out to Pasadena from Mid City, and so if you know what that is, whatever. So I picked them up at this. I pick them up at this auto mechanic station. So all I remember the lady being like, she's like, I want to just get the F home. And she wasn't, she was saying it out loud, but not to me. And she was like, and then she'd be like, I'm so sorry. Sorry. I mean, we're not drunk. We're not on anything. So I was like, okay, so she's drunk. And then she's like, oh, the seatbelt. The guy's name, I think his name was Max. I think that's what his name was, Max. And he was like, he had this southern accent. He was like, Virginia, please, please, like it's just too much. It's too much. It's just too much. And she's like, well, I'm not a bitch. I'm not a bitch. That's what she was saying. I'm not a bitch. I'm not a bitch. Well, sometimes I'm a bitch. He was like, it's just too much, Virginia. It's too much. I mean, like sometimes when you talking like that, when you talk like that, it's too much. Oh my God. It was literally like Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. I was trying to think of what that it was. Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? I mean, like she was like, she had her shoes off, and then she would just go, "Which way are we going again?" Like she would be like, "Which way are we going again? Which way are we going again? How are we going to get there? Where are you going? Are you going? What? This is too far. This is too far. How long is it going to take? We should have been there by now. Like it's going to take about an hour. An hour. It should only take us, Virginia, Virginia, please, please, Virginia, keep it calm. My God, it's just too much. It's too much. When I get home, I'm gonna make me a cocktail. That's what I'm gonna do. It was like the two of them. This was the whole ride. I mean, it was hilarious, but at the same time, it was very entertaining. Max was actually really nice. Max was like, he started talking about his life, and I don't know what these two people were into, but this was this was the thing. So Virginia would be like, "What are we gonna do?" What is she was like, "What?" And then I would look in the rearview mirror, and Max would go, "Oh my God." I get those things like all the time. I got this at this other couple. Um, Listen, I am not. Oh my God, entitlement. I don't like entitled people. People who think like if you make a lot of money and you got the dollars, you should get a car that's chauffeured, a limo or where it comes with a chauffeur, you can have them. You're ordering an Uber, it is someone else's car. Technically, that you don't know if it is or not, but it's you're getting in someone else's car, and so you everyone has the right to say, "Oh, can you please, or would you mind, or is it okay?" And I always appreciate when people do that. Is it okay if I roll down the window? Is it okay? And I'm, of course, yeah. Is it, oh, can you please turn down the music a little bit? Is it okay? Sure. Like, it's not a thing, but when somebody's like, oh, oh, turn that down. I can't even, like, it's like I had on the radio, I had, Kamala Harris went on, I don't know, I think it was Jimmy Kimmel. It was Jimmy Kimmel that she went on. And so they're playing, this is a radio station. It's KJLH, it's owned by Stevie Wonder. They play really good music. No one really listened to the radio, but, in the car, I'm like, okay, let's just, that's the only time I'm like, let's KJLH. But there's a segment on there. Shout out to Tammy Mack. Not that she's ever going to see this, but if she does. But she does a show and she does tea time, she's dishing the tea. And so they did this whole thing with Kamala, and Kamala was on Jimmy Kimmel. So they're playing the actual interview parts of it. And that's when the lady says, can I turn down? No, it's not that loud because it's, it's low. And they're talking and she's like, oh, I can't. And then the daughter, it's the daughter, the woman, and then the father. And she's like, oh, can you turn that down? And the lady's like, oh, it's a lot of us back here. We can't really hear. And they're sitting next to each other. They can hear. And I literally turned that shit one dial. Like when you put your finger on the thing, it was like, and I kept driving. And you would have thought that I cussed them out because so anyway, and then they kept going, and then they started to comment about what was on about Kamala, and you could tell like they were entitled, they were Republican, which fine if you are like whatever, like of course I drive Republican, but they were Republican, and you're in my car, so I'm going to listen to it. I want to hear what she has to say. I wasn't trying to be political. It was like a excerpt, and they were commenting about, it wasn't a thing about, I wouldn't put on a talk radio show or something like that. That's rude. But to me, that would be rude. But it's in my car. Like, I'm going to listen. I want to hear what she has to say, so I'm not going to turn that down. they were, whew, them people was hot with me. I think I should like start writing them down on doing like reenactments, to be quite honest, because there's you get some doozies. Not all the time. Not all the time. There's a lot of times where it's a lot of like my car is a safe space. So at least I try to create a safe space. So except for the entitled people. Maybe I should work on that. Maybe it's not a safe space for entitled people. I don't know. I just don't. I don't like when people order me around. Like my friend is like, she goes, "Well, it's a service. It's a service, and it is a service. The service is for me to get you from point A to point B, and of course, I'm going to try to make it comfortable for you. But it's not like you live here. You don't live in this car. It's not like." Oh, and I'm not trying to make it uncomfortable for you either, but it's just like, if this is the kind of driver I am. If you are on a phone call, I'm automatically going to turn my radio down. Why would I not do that? You're on a phone call. If you're talking to your friends and y'all are gabbing in the music, maybe I will turn it down because you're talking and I want to make sure that y'all, like, I'm going to automatically do that. But when you start ordering me, not asking me, or would you mind, or hey, can I ask you a favor? Or could you turn that a little bit down? I'm going to make a phone call, or blah, blah, blah. And you like, it's like, that's different. But when you're like, oh, one of the guy was like, oh, you turn that down. And then they said, why don't you just turn it all the way off? And I swear I want to just pull to the side and go, let me let you guys out so you can get with somebody who can accommodate you, because I don't like that shit. And it's just, I think it's more of the intention behind it and how it's said, so that the other person feels like it's not a thing, but it's like you're making a request, and a request can be granted or not. And usually I'm going to say yeah, but like they're not making a request; they're making a command. I don't like being commanded. It's bad enough I got to be commanded with everything else. So maybe that's something for me to work on. I didn't put the people out of my car for it. That's a big deal. Look, I got shortcomings like anybody else. I'm trying to work on it, but man, like, I don't know. Maybe because,
be, being raised by some crazy ass parents whom I love, but they crazy. Then being this a black dude in America, where everybody got thoughts about what you need to do and how you need to do and how you got to be. It's just like, at least in the car, can I just? And plus, music always keeps me alive. I'm very conscious of. Let me be clear. Like there's been a couple of times there's been a slip because it was on a station that was random, but I usually like I won't play like rap and stuff like that. I don't want people to feel uncomfortable. I'm over in South Bay, hoity-toity, other kind of folks usually, and you don't know who's going to get in a car. Every now and then, the sometimes I plug my phone in. I usually don't, but and it'll play some random stuff. And so Beyonce be coming on there, and she be talking about cozy, and I'm like, oh, who's in the back seat? Because if it was uptight folks, they will be hot because she be talking about paint the world pea pink. I don't know if I can really say the word, but pea pink, and I'm like, which I love, but not everybody. Or if it's a kid in the car, I'll just be like, skip that. So, but that's not what I just, yeah, I just wanted to say what's up and talk about my day. If you stayed this long, God bless you, because like honestly, it is kind of long, and I was kind of rambling, but that's me. I felt energized. I want to stay connected, and so this is kind of how I do it. Stay tuned. Maybe I'll structure that a little bit better. But anyway, y'all have a good morning, good night. We'll see you tomorrow.